everyone, it's Vicki from Minerva, and in today's video I'm here to share with you my top fabric picks for the Minerva exclusive patterns Paige Joggers. So before we get stuck into the fabrics, let's take a look at the pattern. So the Paige Joggers are a relaxed essential for your wardrobe, designed for both comfort and versatility. So they have a softly tapered leg, and ample room throughout the hips to make them really comfortable. So these joggers, you'll see, they will see you through from home lounging through to walks in the park. So just great for everyday wear. You can choose a medium or a heavier weight knit fabric such as French terry, sweatshirt, textured knits, Ponte Roma, that sort of thing, and we'll have a deep dive into that in this video. So the Paige joggers feature an elastic pull-on waist with a 4 drawstring detail. They have practical slant side pockets and easy kind of everyday shaping. So they're a classic kind of jogger pattern, but elevated a little bit in style, with that tapered leg, those beautiful slant pockets, one of our favourite kind of pocket details here at Minerva, and just that little 4 drawstring detail as well. They are a very straightforward make, so ideal for confident beginners, and the pattern does come together quickly, so for instant wardrobe and sewing satisfaction. And you can, select your fabric to create anything from, weekend loungewear to a more elevated sporty staple for your wardrobe. So yeah, and I've got a whole range of different fabrics to be able to share with you today to give you lots of ideas on, different sorts of base cloth you can use for the Paige joggers. So the first, if you ask me my number one fabric pick for the Paige joggers, I would say Ponte Roma, and it really gives that sort of elevated look to a pair of joggers that are, let's face it, extremely comfortable and practical to wear, but in Ponte Roma it just elevates it ever so slightly. So I've actually got 3 different Ponte Romas to share with you today, but they're all a little bit different, so I thought it'd be interesting to include them, and then you can choose the one that'd be best for you. So the first one I've got to share with you is our Minerva exclusive Ponte Roma fabric. So this is obviously a printed fabric, and we have hundreds and hundreds of designs available on the Minerva website, so you've loads of choice in prints. And I think, to make the joggers in a printed fabric just gives it, it's just a little bit different, isn't it? I think most of the other fabrics I've got to share with you today are plain solid fabrics, because that's, I guess, what we more commonly use for bottoms, for joggers. But why not make them in a print? And this particular design is called Euphoric Dusk. I think it's a beautiful design, this one, really popular, this on the Ponte Roma. And yeah, this base cloth in the Minerva exclusive range is called our Ponte Roma double stretch knit fabric. It's made from a beautiful blend of 23% viscose, 74% polyester and 3% elastane. It has approximately 40% stretch on the width and 20% down the length. And it is 270 grams per square metre, so that puts it in our medium to heavy weight category. So it's at the lighter weight end of a Ponte Roma. So yeah, I think you could make joggers, that are a pair of Paige joggers that'll carry you throughout all the seasons in this particular weight of Ponte. It's really, really lovely. And yeah, just if you want a printed fabric that's, slightly more elevated, slightly more formal looking joggers, then yeah, this will be absolutely gorgeous. So the next Ponte Roma I've got to show you. So this is our Minerva Core range, and this is our stable Ponte Roma fabric. So this one is made from a beautiful blend of 60% viscose, 35% polyester, 5% elastane. It's got 45% stretch on the width and 30 down the length. And this one is actually 345 grams per square metre. So that puts it in our medium weight category and is heavier than the first one that we've looked at. So, and it's just such a beautiful Ponte Roma is this one. I really love it for a Ponte Roma, kind of an average kind of weight, I would say. It's not a really thick Ponte Roma. I've got one of those coming up to show you, and not quite so light as the one that we've just looked at, but you kind of, if you think of a Ponte Roma weight, You know, it's a lovely kind of mid-range weight, this one. It's got a really lovely soft handle to it, but it's lovely and stable. So this one will be very, you know, be nice and easy to sew. It behaves itself well with it being a very stable Ponte Roma. And yeah, it just has a beautiful handle to it. I think in this classic navy blue colour, you know, you get such a wearable pair of Paige Joggers. Very kind of classic, slightly elevated, I think, in this fabric. Yeah, and they just look really smart, but yet be so comfortable at the same time. And that fabric, with it being a core range, does come in a whole range of colours as well, so you've loads to choose from. And then the third Ponte Roma I want to show me, so this is our Minerva core range heavy Ponte Roma double stretch knit fabric. It's made from a blend of 60% viscose, 35% polyester, 5% elastane. It's got 40% stretch on the width, 50 down the length, and this one is 360 grams per square metre. So this is our heaviest weight Ponte Roma. And I just thought this will be a good example of if you wanted to make, you know, a slightly more, you know, smarter, slightly more elevated pair of the Paige Joggers in a plain fabric, then this could be a really great one to sort of carry you through the colder seasons. Just with it being that little bit heavier, you know, you've got a bit more weight, a bit more warmth there, but it's just got an absolutely, it's so luxurious, this Ponte Roma. It's got the most beautiful feel and handle to it. I've picked out this quite rich, deep purpley colour. I think that'd be gorgeous for a pair of joggers, but with it being a core range fabric, you know, we do have a whole range of colours available in that one as well. And then the next fabric I've got is another fabric that I think will create quite an elevated, slightly more dressed up, smarter pair of Paige Joggers. The ones that we're going to be coming on to next after this are definitely more sort of casual fabrics for maybe more everyday loungewear, that sort of thing. But this one is our Minerva core range heavy scuba crepe stretch knit fabric. So this one is made from a blend of 94% polyester, 6% elastane. It's got 45% stretch on the width, 20% down the length, and this one is 290 grams per square metre, so that puts in our medium to heavyweight category. So if you've ever sewn with scuba fabric before, you'll know that it has a very smooth texture. It has a little bit of bounce to it, lots of structure. Now scuba crepe is a little bit different. So it is still a scuba fabric, and on the reverse it has that classic very smooth texture, but on the face of the fabric, on the right side, it actually has a crepe-like texture. So you could very easily be forgiven for looking at that fabric and thinking it's a crepe when it, you know, in fact it's actually a scuba crepe, because it just looks like a crepe fabric. But of course crepe is a woven fabric, whereas this is a knit, which makes it suitable for the Paige Joggers. So yeah, if you love the look of like a crepe, more, you know, more formal dressed up pair of, just more elevated pair of Paige Joggers, but you know, you love the idea of it still being a jogger that's made from a stretch fabric that, let's face it, feels like secret pyjamas, so comfortable, then this is a fantastic fabric for it. I picked out this beautiful wine come burgundy colour, very kind of rich, deep colour, and that's lovely. But you know, it comes in a whole range of colours as well. And yeah, just something a little bit different, I think, for the Paige Joggers, that one. And definitely, you know, where you can create a more elevated, smart kind of pair. So as I said, now we're coming on to the more casual fabrics, I would say. So these ones are definitely more suited for you know, walks around the park, lounging around at home, you know, a stay-in kind of weekend where you just want something really comfortable to wear. You know, the last few will be comfortable as well, but I just think the look of those fabrics will give the joggers a slightly smarter kind of feel. So let's get onto the casual fabric, the more comfortable casual fabric. So this first one is our Minerva core range heavy loop back French terry fabric. So this one is made from a blend of 92% cotton, 8% elastane. It's got 30% stretch on the width and 30 down the length. And this particular range is 300 grams per square metre, which just puts it into our heavyweight category. So French terry, if you haven't come across it before, on the front of the fabric, it just looks like a jersey fabric. On the back, however, you can see it has these little loops of texture on the back. And what that does is it gives the fabric extra extra thickness, extra weight, and it just feels overall heavier and more cosy and more suitable for making a jogger, the Paige Joggers, than say a cotton jersey would be. So, you know, even though it looks like a cotton jersey on the front, it's actually a very different sort of fabric. And with this one, this particular range I'm showing you is our heavier weight French terry that we do on the site, but we do have, you know, different weights, so there is a lighter version option available as well. So perhaps if you were making a more summery pair, you might want to go for the lighter weight one, and a more wintry pair you might want, you know, the heavier weight one. And we do also do this base cloth as well in our Minerva exclusive collection, which is, you know, a printed patterned range. So, you know, if you wanted, you know, you can find lots and lots of prints on our site on this type of base cloth as well. And in these core ranges, you know, in both the lighter and this heavier weight one, they come in so many different colours. Whatever colour you're looking for, I'm sure you'll find it in those ranges. Now, the next 4 fabrics I've actually got to share with you are all fleece back sweatshirt fabrics, but they are all quite different. There's a lot of variety really in this category. And the joggers are absolutely perfect for a sweatshirt fabric. I mean, if you bought a pair of joggers in the shops, you know, ready to wear, you will often find them in a fleece back sweatshirt fabric. And what that is, quite simply, is like the French terry, it looks like a cotton jersey from the front, but as soon as you feel it, you can feel the difference. So on the back, it has a brushed, super soft, it's so cosy, fleece type texture on the back. And you know, that again, similar to the French terry, it adds to the weight of the fabric, adds to the coziness, and you know, just makes it perfect for jogger bottoms. Obviously these are going to have a more casual sort of loungewear kind of feel to them than some of the earlier fabrics I've shown you, but yeah, for casual loungewear, you know, just to wear every day, these would feel so comfortable, be so soft and cozy against your skin. It will be, yeah, absolutely lovely made in this. So this particular range that I'm holding up now, so this is our Minerva Core range cotton fleece back sweatshirt. It's made from 92% cotton, 8% elastane. It's got approximately 10% stretch on the width, 20% down the length, and it's 255 grams per square metre. So that puts it in our medium to heavyweight category. And yeah, this is the lighter, thinner end of the sweatshirt fabrics that I'm going to be showing you today. So yeah, even, you know, this will still be beautifully warm and soft and cozy, but it's not so thick and cozy and chunky as some of the other ones we're going to come to. So, you know, for perhaps the, you know, when it's not absolutely freezing cold, but you still just want a nice warm layer, you know, perhaps through the autumn, spring months when, you know, the seasons are transitioning, I think this could be a lovely weight for the joggers. And then the next one I've got is very similar, but it's a much thicker, chunkier, even cosier version than the last one. So this one I would say is definitely going to make a much more wintry pair of Paige Joggers. Much thicker, cosier, definitely sort of loungewear, with a very, very cosy, chunky kind of feel to them. So this one, let me find the tag. So this one is called our Minerva Core range polycotton fleece back sweatshirt. So this one is made from a blend of 80% cotton, so it is predominantly cotton with just 20% polyester in there. It's got 25% stretch on the width, 20 down the length, and this one again is 255 grams per square metre, medium to heavy weight. So it's a similar sort of weight, but the thickness of it is a lot thicker than that last fabric that we looked at. And it is so super cozy and soft on the back. I mean, it just feels absolutely gorgeous against your skin. So yeah, this is probably the thickest, chunkiest, heaviest fabric we're looking at. And I probably wouldn't go any thicker than this for the Paige Joggers. But if you want a really cozy pair, then this is going to be gorgeous. And again, this one comes in a whole range of colours on the site as well. The next fleece back sweatshirt fabric I've got to show you, so this is our Minerva exclusive collection. So if you love the idea of a pair of, you know, sweatshirt joggers for the Paige pattern, but you want something with a print, then this could be, you know, the perfect base cloth to go for. So this is our feline fine print. Actually the same print as the top that I'm wearing here, but this is on a viscose chalet base cloth. So this is our recycled fleece back sweatshirt. So it's made from 100% recycled polyester. It's got 30% stretch on the width, 15 down the length. It's 150 centimetres or 59 inches wide approximately, and it's 230 grams per square metre, which puts it in our medium weight category. So with this one, like you can see this gorgeous feline fine print with all those cats on there. I love this print. But you know, it comes in hundreds and hundreds of different prints on the Minerva website, so you have loads of choice. So the print is obviously on the front of the fabric there, and then on the back you have this white and the cosy fleece texture on the back, which is I would say this fabric is a little bit finer than the last two we've looked at, but it's, you know, it still has that very cosy feel, but it's just a little bit lighter in weight, or thinner in feel, I would say, rather than necessarily lighter in weight. Yeah, it is lighter with it being only 230 grams per square metre. There's not much difference in the weight, but it does have a thinner feel to it. So this is just, you know, I think that makes it a very, very versatile fabric for, you know, perhaps not the height of summer, but for all the transitional seasons, for winter, autumn, winter, it's going to be absolutely lovely. And yeah, just a really fun option to be able to make a patterned pair of Paige joggers. And the next one I've got, so this is the last of the sweatshirt fabrics. So this is our Minerva Core Range Melange fleece back sweatshirt. So this one's 100% polyester. It's got 50% stretch on the width, 20 down the length, and it is 265 grams per square metre, this one, which puts it in our medium to heavyweight category. This one is probably the second most thick, chunky and cosy, second to the polycotton sweatshirt one that I showed you. It's got a very, very brushed, very, very soft texture on the back. But really what's different about this one is its wonderful melange effect. And what that basically means is the thread or the yarn that's knitted to create this fabric is variegated, so it changes in strength of colour. So it's going from in this case on the green colour, it's going from a very light shade of green through to, through all different shades through to a darker shade of green. So you get this sort of like mottled, mild appearance overall. So I particularly love this one because, I think if you just want a plain fabric, something that's going to go with everything, but you just don't want you want something just a little bit different, I think this is a really good option. It's just got something extra about it, hasn't it? Yet it's still, a plain fabric. And this is another one again that comes in, I've chose the green here, but we've lots and lots of different colours available in this on the website. Yeah, really, really lovely. Lovely fabric, that one. And then the last fabric I've got to share with you, so this is a little bit different again, and this one is our Minerva Core Range Cable Textured Stretch Knit fabric. So this one is made from a blend of 81% polyester, 16% viscose, 3% elastane. It's got 35% stretch on the width, 15% stretch down the length, and this one is 340 grams per square metre, which puts it into our medium to heavyweight category. So this one is actually a textured knit fabric. So on the reverse, it's quite plain and sort of smooth on the reverse, but on the front of the fabric, it has this fabulous cable texture. And obviously, it's made on a machine, it's knitted on a machine, but it's designed to kind of give a sort of a look of like a cable knit jumper, that sort of thing. And I just love the cable texture on this fabric. Again, it's one of those that it's a plain fabric, it's not a patterned printed fabric as such, but it does have something extra special about it with that texture that's knitted into the fabric. And yeah, it just, to me, that gives it a very soft, cosy kind of feel that I think will really suit the Paige joggers to make a more wintry version of them. I picked out this really soft, very pretty green colour, but again, it comes in a whole range of colours on your website, so whatever colour you're looking for, I'm sure you'll find it in this range. Yeah, really, really soft, cosy, and yeah, just something a little bit different for the Paige joggers, that one, I think. So that's all the fabrics I had to share with you. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look through those. I hope it's given you lots of ideas on, the types of fabrics that you can use to sew the Paige joggers. Ones that will take you through, slightly different sort of seasons in the year, from slightly, and then some that are slightly more, have a more casual vibe, some that have a smarter vibe. So there's lots and lots of different options there for you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that and found it inspiring. Just to mention as well, at Minerva, we do offer super fast, free, worldwide delivery. So wherever you're watching this video from, you can get a copy of the Paige Joggers patterns and fabrics from our website, and we can post that out to you, no problem at all. We do offer a sample service on all our fabrics as well. So if you want to, see any of these in the flesh before you commit to buy, that's no problem at all. We do sell all our fabrics in increments as well. So you only need to buy the exact amount you need. So there's no wastage there. And we do offer a thread matching service on our fabrics as well. So we can match the thread up to the fabric for you and include that in your parcel. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today. As always, we'll tag all these products that I've mentioned below the video. So we'll tag the pattern itself and all these fabrics. So if you just head to the video on Minerva and click those links below the video, and you can go straight through to all these product pages. You can see all the colours that these various fabrics come in. And get all the pricing details and see more information and lots more inspiration on the website as well. So yeah, we'll put all those details below. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to mention today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found that inspiring and really helpful, and I'll be back again soon with another video filled with sewing and fabric goodness.